If you look at the contributed video by Sean Penn in the Citizen Journalism Production Tips section on Current.com, you see that he has a lot in common with Dan Gilmore and their standards of citizen journalism, and insisting the best from both sides, integrity from both the producers and the consumers. And the responsibility of using your BS meter falls on both the producer and the consumer. And members of the Current community use their BS meters to, when they're looking at mainstream news stories that they want to add to Current, as well as looking at the stories people have already posted. I interviewed several members of the Current community, and it seems to be a trend that if you can expose, or you can find a mistake in either a mainstream story and post the mistake to Current, or find something in a story another member has posted that makes them excited and it makes them feel accomplished. Gilmore supports reporting the news as a conversation, not a lecture, and he stresses that following up is just as important as the original piece. So it's clear in many cases on Current that people put up stories so that people will discuss them, and comments on articles are a fertile ground for reporting. People ask questions in their comments, and other members of the community get back to them. So that's something that Current does well. Current's main message to journalists is to report on what's relevant and current in your life right now and to discuss it, and Current provides the forum and gives you the tips to do it. It's all about the tools, and that's an idea that's been described by many of the experts we've studied in class. One was Wesh, who said that webcams give you a voice and a tool to express yourself, to make change, and Current is definitely linking voices. Stuart Brand's idea with the Whole Earth catalog was to give people the tools in order to make change, and we should embrace the technology and actually try it. And Brand said the way you change politics is by giving people the tools, and Current is embracing the fact that this is a technology-accepting generation. It's geared mainly towards young adults, and they want people to investigate by making, and they strongly encourage citizen journalism and investigative journalism. Current is trying to figure out how the media landscape should be in the future, and so they're giving the tools to the people and experimenting to find what works. And Current is experimenting with multi-platform media, which Henry Jenkins described in his Convergence culture. And according to him, you need to grow participatory culture, and you can do that by lowering the barriers of engagement and really getting people to think that their contributions matter. And one way that Current does that successfully is by giving people the chance to have their work, their content on the TV network, and you can get paid for it. And so that's a really strong incentive for people to make good work and to participate. Another way Current encourages participation is by providing mentors, people who already have experience. They can give you tips. They're staff members, and they're there to help you. And we learned from Wellman that networks allow you to switch among multiple groups, and in Current there's a lot of that. You have different agency in each group as you become a networked individual, and your ties are chosen rather than forced. You can choose to discuss an issue with people who only have your same view, but you can enter a group with opposing views. And what groups you're in on Current definitely defines who you are as a member, much more than your profile or connections do. And so because Howard Rheingold's ideas have kind of strung together in many of our discussions in this class, I thought that discussing his 21st century literacies would be a good way to summarize the Current community. Rheingold cares about people having access to knowledge and literacies, and Current directly contributes to a user's network literacies by giving them tips about writing and shooting videos, and those are all available to the community. And more importantly, Current provides the platform for people to grow their own network literacies, specifically cooperation and crap detection. And Rheingold emphasizes the importance participatory culture in getting the most out of your network. Your ideas are going to be seen by a lot more people if you uh, actively participate and post an article and not just read them or make comments. Um, Users participate in discussion to answer questions that have been posed. There's definitely some "this sucks, don't read this story" commenting, but there's also a lot of purposeful discussion. And asking questions about the stories you're seeing is a part of cooperation, participation, and crap detection. Users should be detectives on Current because some stories often don't have the most credible sources, and some of the posts come from really obscure websites. And so you should follow Howard's advice and use your mind with the technology. So exercise those tools and grow your literacies. And be mindful about what you're consuming.